the second that you want anything, the second that life causes you to want something, the second that life causes the desire to be born within you, that desire is already there. That desire exists now vibrationally. Here's the thing. Anything that you want, the second that you want it, it becomes a vibrational reality. Everything that you want, we're not kidding, it is a vibrational reality. It is given to you. You ask for it and it's instantly given to you. But here's the thing, it's given to you in the form of a vibration. And the vibration has to be enough. And as the vibration is enough, as you cash in on the vibrational presence of your desire, because the vibrational or the physical absence of your desire was the very reason why you gave birth to this vibrational presence. But in this duality, or in this two that you always have this presence or absence, this presence and absence, you usually go with the absence, because the absence is what you can see, because you're so trained to look at reality, you're so trained to observe reality and catalog and be realistic and be responsible and get out there and offer grit and be sacrificial in your effort and use your effort to get everything that you want. And then you understand that there is this law of attraction that puts all these like frequencies, and everything that you want has a frequency that you can achieve. Everything that you want, you must match the frequency of. At the end of the day, that's what you have to do. That's what every process is about. It's about lowering resistance, and in your ability to lower resistance, you naturally match the presence of your desire, because your desire, it is real. It's not only real, it's going to be a physical reality. But right now, in the perceived absence right now, you have to enjoy the vibrational version of it. And in you enjoying the vibrational version of it, there's a steady momentum that happens. There is this conducive thing to the alignment, to the real momentum that needs to be created in order for your desire to come out of the vortex. Because this is the thing, all of your desires are right there in the vortex. And do you know where do you know who's in your vortex? Your inner being. Your inner being is in your vortex, and it will be there for all of eternity. And when law of attraction shines its light on your inner being wants everything that you want on your behalf, and it gets all of it. It gets all of it instantly, because your inner being doesn't offer resistance. And your inner being is so happy, even if you don't ever get to physically enjoy all of the benefits, or if you get to really reap the benefits of your vortex. Your inner being loves everything. Your inner being loves the vibrational version, and you must too. But the best part about being this vibrational being that is physical, but is less physical than you think, is that you can think of the idea. It is first vibrational in your mind. It's a daydream. It's an image in your mind that you just really love and that you go towards. But you get to enjoy it physically. You get to see it. You get to be surprised by the universe. You get to see the cooperative components gather right in front of your eyes, because there is a formula. There is a law of physics. There is something that's happening. There is an evolution of thought. The thoughts are all turning into things. The things are turning from thoughts to things, and that's the thing. You have to get in on that, because that's what manifestation is about. But the thing about manifestation is that if you don't first accept that your desire exists vibrationally, then you can't manifest anything. Because if you don't first accept that it exists, then you don't know which way to go towards. You don't know how to quantify your journey. But when you understand that your desire not only exists, it's 99% already completed, even before you see any physical evidence. So if you haven't seen any physical evidence of your desire, that's just a sign that you're more on the absence side of the stick. And we'll tell you what we mean about that. You see, you can offer affirmations. You can offer from your observation, your constant observation of the absence. You can offer any affirmation in the world. But here's the thing, when you talk about your desire, and this is sometimes when you talk about your desire, if it sounds good, it would look good on paper, but actually the universe is hearing the absence. So when you think you're talking about the presence, you're talking about the absence. Because, you know, friends, sometimes on many of the subjects, whether it's money, whether it's relationships, whether it's work, whether it's book writing, songwriting, singing, sports, whatever the subject of your interest is, whatever the subject that life has caused you to want a vibrational version of, then, or has caused the vibrational version to become on your behalf, that is being tended to by your inner being and is being called to you, meaning there is this call, because if you didn't ask for it, there would be no calling. That's the thing, you have to go with the call. And here's the thing, when you feel negative emotion, that's the thing that you're doing. Negative emotion is you catching yourself red-handed in that very moment where you're doing the thing that's slowing everything down, because all negative emotion slows everything down. The thing is, what you want is vibration real. It is. And the best way that we can describe it to you is it's like a reaching for it. You have to reach for it, because you can't see it with your eye. But you never came here to be just an observer, because here's the thing, when you just observe reality, then you're usually, whatever's in front of you is not usually what you want, because it never will be like that. Reality will never be enough for you. There'll always be more. You've heard it. It's like, why aren't you ever happy? Because I'm a creator, because I must create. But it's not about having a list of awards or things or accolades, because those are the peak moments. So life is really about the journey and the surprises and the fun and the ideas in your mind, the path lighting up, the joy of the journey. It truly is. And what that really means is that, here's the thing, when you think about your desire, every subject, it really has two subjects. So whether we're talking about money, you know what's hard about money? The absence of money. So we have the presence of money and the absence of money. And imagine they're both on either side of one stick. So whenever you pick up the money stick, if you think about the absence of dollars, even you can even use really nice words. You can use words that sound so good, and you're like, yay, like money's so good to me. Money, I love money, but really you're vibrating with the absence of it. And sometimes you're vibrating with the presence, but usually it's like you're vibrating two places at once. You're vibrating here and then you're vibrating over there, and that's literally what split energy is. So you want to be clear. You want to think about your desires, and if they feel good to you, you want to continue thinking about them. But if they don't, we want you to bail on it, because every subject really is two subjects. So you want to be sure you know exactly what frequency you're on. And it's so interesting because this vibrational reality it's so real. It is so real, because where do you think everyone's ideas come from? Where do you think the geniuses are getting their genius from? They're getting their genius from the vortex. Look at those people who are overnight successes. Look at those people who walk into those board meetings and people just flock to them and want to give them money, because they're not just ones who don't have training and don't have school training. They have a dream. They have a vibration. They didn't start from scratch. No one starts from scratch. You don't start anything from scratch. You start with a vibrational reality. And we're saying you will literally become a genius. People will hail you as a genius because you will have given all of your attention to the vibrational version. Because the physical current version, reality version, the version that you got right now, the money that's in your bank account right now, that's old. Even this moment right now, as you listen to this amazing video, is old. This is an old moment. So humans have a tendency to look back. They love looking back. They like relitigating the past because they think there's value, and there is value because you launch more rockets. But here's the thing, is that you've launched enough rockets. You don't need enough contrast. You don't need any more contrast. You need more allowing. You need to understand that there's a vibrational version of your desire right now, and it's your job to vibrate with it. It's your job to get into the vortex. It's your job to translate it, because no one can take a vortex away from you. No one can take the fact that you live this life, and through this life, you've created so many preferences. You've created so many cool things that are so uniquely you, that if you weren't here, they would never be here. Because here's the thing, what we're really saying is that there is this vibrational realization thing going on, because there isn't just a reality that we're all looking at and fawning over. This reality is up to your vibrational interpretation, which means what you see and what another one and someone else sees is more about how you're feeling. It's more about your individual opinion, your individual perspective, the lens out through which you were looking into that moment with, where you're looking, with the pinched off version of yourself, meaning where you feeling fear and looking, or were you feeling happy and delightful? Because those two people, they're in two different frequencies and they see two different things, because it's all about your vibration first. And what we're saying is that you have to get into your vortex, or you have to achieve the frequency of your vortex, and then what's in your vortex will flow into your mind, meaning you will start to translate it. So let's think about it like this. So imagine you want something right now, right? And what we're telling you is that it's absent. We know it's physically absent, but this, what is reality, is old. And every time you give your attention to it, you nail your feet into this. So it's like life is moving forward, but you keep getting the same thing over and over again. That's the thing. That's why on many subjects, and we love telling you this, because we're not telling you this for you to feel bad about yourself. We want you to tell you this because so you can have that clarity. For many, this will move you in a way that's like, oh, that was a piece. If there's a subject that really isn't working, it's because you're more, remember the stick, just keep in mind the stick, the presence and the absence of what is wanted, the presence of what's wanted and the absence. So if there's a subject that is really not working, that means that on that subject regularly, your dominant thought, your belief, which a belief is just a thought that you think over and over again, your thought is one of absence. So you're more of a vibrational match to the absence of your desire. And we're like, that makes a lot of sense, because the absence, you can help but see it. So the more you see the absence, the more you believe it, the more you vibrate it, the more results you get, and the more you feel justified in thinking, hey, this thing is absent. Someone should help me. The government should offer me more assistance. What we're saying is that you need to break the curse. You need to, well, there really is no curse, but you need to just basically not think that thought. You need to not you need to not take score of reality. You need to not notice the absence so much anymore, because we're like, there is this shiny vortex where everything that you want is, and it's so amazing because while it's all there, it all has your name on it and it's all for you. The best part of life is knowing that everything that you want really does exist, because that's what puts you apart from all the other creators, and not in a comparative way, but in a way of like, you really understand the laws of the universe. Because when you understand the laws of the universe, then you understand that what you want is here right now, but you just can't see it. But your inability to see it is not because you can't see it with your eye. You just can't see it yet with your eye. Because what we're saying is, it's a vibration. What you want, it first comes in. What you want is given to you, and it's first given to you in the form of a vibration. But here's the thing, it won't stay a vibration forever unless you don't get into the vortex, unless you vibrate with a vibrational absence of it. Because the vibrational presence and vibrational absence are two different frequencies, or two different channels. And if you're like, well, I'm pretty sure I'm on the vibrational presence of this, the stick of this subject, then we're like, then that's the life that you should be living. And we're like, there are so many subjects where everything that you want is going really well for you because your belief is more leaning towards the presence of it. And we're saying the presence you have to reach for. The presence is not easy because you don't see it. You have to conjure, you have to stretch your mind, you have to reach for it. But we're saying you have to reach for the feeling. And we know that. We know that you can because you're smart, you understand all this, because the feeling can be enough. Because as you reach for this invisible vortex, it starts to become more clear. And as you find that vibrational match to it, as you find the vibrational essence of why you want it, as you literally feel for it, and you feel like, because a feeling is a manifestation. The first sign of your desire will always be a manifestation. Even if you can't see your desire, it still is real, because it's real in the sense where it's a vibrational reality. It is a vibration, but your inability to see it is because you're more practiced with that vibrational absence. So we're saying you have to practice a vibrational presence, and at first it will feel weird because the most honest thing that you could say is what you want isn't here. And many of our friends, that's what they do. They're like, I want this because I don't have it. And we're like, that's a lot of split energy. We're like, you have to clean up. You have to say, I want this, and this is why I want it. And many of our friends, they can't even get to that type of conversation because they're so used to telling you the way it is. You're like, I want this, but I've been having this for so long, and this for so long, and this for so long. And we're like, you really want to clean up your vibration, and you don't have to go back and clean anything up. That's not what we mean. What we mean right now is that you are new onto this moment. You can choose a different vibration because we just want to scream this at you. We want to scream this at all of you. It's like, we wish we were with you right now so we could scream it into your face. There is a vibrational version of everything that you want, and you have to get over the fact that you can't see with your eye because it's vibrational here. It's vibrationally a reality. And as you tune into the vibration, first you will feel it. First you will feel it. It will feel like ease, like fun, like clarity. You have to see it with your emotions. You have to literally feel it. You have to taste it with your emotions. Because right now, that's all, because the vibrational reality is difficult because it requires the stretch of a mind. It requires true genius, creative genius, to even trust it in the beginning, because it's not effort that ever created. It's your point of attraction. And as you marry your point of attraction with this idea that everything that you want is vibration, so it's like you're not pretending that your desire is in here. You're not hoping for the best. This is not a crapshoot that we're talking about. We're not like, hold your breath, and once you get to the other side, that's when you can finally release it. It's not like that. What we're saying is your desire is real. The fact that you want it means that there's a vibrational reality with your name on it. And that's why every time you feel negative emotion, you're actually stopping the flow. You're stopping yourself from being able to fully experience it, to fully expand or catch up with that expansion. So basically all we're saying is your desire is real, it's vibrational. You have to learn how to love the vibration, because if you don't love the vibration, then you're running the risk of your desire being absent. And as the desire is absent in your purview, in your perspective, then it's absent. And that's where the absence comes from, because you see it more and it's more active in your mind. It's more of a belief in your mind. It's more something that you're focusing on, like absence. Like, I don't have money, no one has money. What we're saying is that you need to feel for the presence, because you don't have the presence. It's not as easy as just being able to sit there. But we know that that's the actual life that you came here for. You didn't come just to observe reality. You didn't come just to regurgitate it. You didn't come to argue and get in groups and figure out who had the loudest voice and then go after them. You didn't come for that. What you came for was the desire being born within you, and then going with that desire because it existed. It's like following it, because if something is real and it's there, don't you want to move closer to it? And all that means is this vibrational journey. All that means is you feeling better about it, you reaching or seeing it, or you feeling for it, because you can't see it. You have to feel for it. And as you feel for it, you solidify your vibration. You stabilize it. The momentum continues, because the reason why you're not having what you want is because you keep seeing it's absent. It's absent. It's absent. It's absent. It's absent. Why is it not working? And then you feel like a fool, because the vibrational reality just feels like such a reach. It is a reach, because here's the thing is that it's real, but the realness of your vibrational reality is always challenged by the realness of the what is reality, which is the absence of what you want. Because when you look into, because we agree, when you look into the bank to see your money, you're not going to see it. But when you look into the vortex, you are going to see your money. But the thing is, and when you look at the bank, it's realistic. You can see it. You can see the digits. You can see all the graphics. You can see it and you can feel it. But when you look into the vortex, all you can really do is feel it and see it with the feeling. You can see the number in your head, you can feel it, but you're like, well, that's not enough for me. It has to become a reality. But what we're telling you is that it will become a reality. But at first, the vibrational version has to be enough, and we know that it can be enough because you understand this more than ever. Now you understand there's a vibrational reality of my desire. So my desire, at the least, is not absent. It's physically absent, but it's vibrationally here. And if you can even go there with us in saying, at least it's here vibrationally, that's still something, then you will make great strides on all of your fronts and every front of every subject. Because now You're going with the momentum. Now you're giving your desires the time of day. Now you know the difference between the presence and the absence of your desires. So you'll be clear as to what side of the stick you're on before you decide to take it further and talk about it and add momentum to it by your giving attention to it. Because now you understand, now you are equipped, now you are the creator of your reality, because you understand you're not creating anything, you have already created it. You're not allowing it. And the only way that you can allow it is by not seeing it as absent anymore. It's about feeling the presence of it all the way to completion, because you can do it. But the thing is, it doesn't require trust in the sense where we're just requiring you to listen to what we're saying. It's like, we know the laws of the universe. It makes sense. We are your infinite intelligence. We're translating this for you so that you can feel the clarity of our words, so that you can feel better about where you stand, because there's nowhere that you can't go. There's nothing that you can't have. There's nothing that you can't be. And right now, where you are, you stand in the perfect spot to get to everywhere you want to go, because you don't have to go back and, forgive yourself for anything, because no one condemned you. Your inner being never condemned you. Your inner being is just saying, come here. It's always giving you and feeding you an infinite amount of ideas, because your inner being is never going to give up on you. Your inner being is never going to take itself off its post in your vibrational reality. It will be there for all of eternity, and so will you. For that matter, you have all of eternity to get it right. We just think with this vibrational understanding, you can get it right now.